The Ayodhya project has been completed. What's likely to happen at the Gyanvyapi complex next? To talk about this, we're joined on this broadcast by Atiqur Rahman, who's an Islamic scholar. Waris Pathan is a member of Assuddin Owaisi's party, the AIMIM. Jai Bhagwan Goyal is the working president of the United Hindu Front, leader of the BJP. With us also is Dr. Geeta Bhatt, who's an academician and a political analyst. I want to go across to Geeta Bhatt first. Dr. Bhatt, given the fact that the Ayodhya temple consecration happened with so much fanfare, questions are being asked by the Ulema-e-Hind about the speed at which the district administration is moving and what the ultimate aim is at the Gyanvyapi Mosque Complex. The court had given 7 days. It happened within a matter of 7 hours. So it almost seems that somebody is in a very big hurry to make something dramatic happen at the Gyanvyapi complex. Is Gyanvyapi Ayodhya 2.0?
Well, Rahulji, I would like to just put it in context that, in near Jerusalem, there is a small town called Bethlehem where there is Church of Nativity. And there is a very small room there where the Christians, they say that Jesus Christ was born. Crores of Christians, they go and visit that place. No one has ever questioned them or, asked them for some scientific proof on the basis of which they say that, it is the place of Jesus Christ's birth. But unfortunately, in this nation, we have seen that the Hindu community has, for time and again, they have, and within the constitutional ambit, they have put forth their right to ask to pray that at the places which are very, very revered to them. And this is exactly what has happened at Ghent. This is not something, which is in a hurry. Kindly look at it that since 1993, it was not where, till 1993, the Shringar Gauri Pujan used to happen there. Or, every day, people could actually go in, and there are people who have seen with naked eyes that, all the motifs and of the Hindu gods on the backside of the, of the masjid wall. This is something which people even today, they are there who have seen it. But it is only post 1993 when there was a restriction which was put and this pujan was stopped by the government, and then of course then there were a lot of legal hassles. People went to the court from both sides, and we all know what the history has been. So there is no hurry, but rather it is strange that, the mosque committee on 17th of January, when the judicial magistrate had, given the district magistrate and had given him the power to actually, being as the first bearer of the temple and to do the puja. Nobody questioned it. It is only after 31st of January that suddenly, there has been so much of hue and cry. And
okay,
I was looking
so Waris Pathan, here's what the Hindu side is saying. A, this is a matter that's been going on for 30 years, so it's not as if there's any sudden tearing hurry. Point number two, we're just reverting to the pre-1993 status where the family of Pandit Somnath Vyas has been performing puja at this very complex, and therefore we're just reverting to what used to be the norm earlier. It's not as if any new ground is being broken just yet. Waris Pathan.
Well, now I'll go step by step. Let me say by pointing out that the... well, now I'll go point by point and allow me to make my point out. Thank you. The first and foremost thing is that the judgment order passed by the Varanasi court, as said by the Anjuman Intizamiya committee, and I also state and reiterate that the judge order is per se illegal, bad in law, and is violation of the Places of Worship Act 1991. Now, prior to passing of this order on the last day of his retirement, the judge on 15 days prior to it had appointed a district magistrate as the court receiver of that seller. But no orders were passed to offer prayers. After passing the order, he said 7 days time is given, but the other side did not wait for 7 days. Within 7 hours, they started preparation for making the puja. Well, the Anjuman Intizamiya committee went to the Honorable Supreme Court. Supreme Court directed that, approached the Allahabad High Court, and today, fortunately, unfortunately, the Allahabad High Court did not allow our prayers, and they are allowed to pray. But I am sure that the order will be challenged before the Honorable Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court this time will definitely rule in our favor. Why do I say, Rahul, this? Because Places of Worship Act 1991 was made with intention. what was the intent of that act during that time, which was passed in the parliament after hearing all the sides, after properly arguing in the parliament. That all the structures, monuments, religious places which are prior to 15 August 1947 in that place, you cannot change the nature or character of that place. It was made clear. But during Babri era also, we said that, say, we have apprehension that they might do, and as you said, that can this be 2.0 from the Babri time? This 6 December can be 2.0. We apprehend that also, because the BJP and the Vishwa Hindu Parishad wants the entire nation to be taken back to the 92 era of the Babri. During that time also, if the Babri Masjid was there as it is, when the Supreme Court passed an order, today you, me and everybody knows that the scenario would have been totally different. But on 6 December 1992, which we call as the Black Day, the democracy of the country, our Babri Masjid was demolished through a conspiracy. See, the Supreme Court passed an order, the judges of the Honorable Supreme Court also stated in the judgment, similar arguments placed that time also, that there is no evidence to show that the temple was destroyed to build a mosque. The Supreme Court further stated that the
no, but now we have an ASI committee. One second. Now we have a report by the Archaeological Survey of India, Waris Pathan, which clearly shows that there are enough Hindu religious structures in that complex. At least 55 Hindu religious structures have been found, and there is an ASI report which bears this out.
Allow me 10 seconds. Just now you were playing the video of Jamia Chief, Madani, the senior leader. He was present there and he clearly said that there were no idols found there. And what is the evidentiary value of the report of the ASI? They are handwritten, they are handmade, they are their people. Tomorrow they will come and say anything that we are just below the India Today studio. We feel that there is a idol there. Will they demolish the India Today conclave? What they claim that this place belongs to us? Just now Madani said there is no idol. The idols have been placed there for the purposes of puja. Similar thing during the Babri issue. They said रात के अंधेरे में प्रकट हो गए, idols emerged during 23rd and 24th night of December, and after that what happened? Prayers were not allowed, and then the matter went on the Supreme Court. And that, see what is happening in the country today.
Jai Bhagwan Goyal, as the working president of the United Hindu Front, आप ये जो जमियत उलेमा-ए-हिंद का हम इतना कड़ा बयान देख रहे हैं, बेसिकली वो इंडिकेट कर रहे हैं कि इस तरीके से तो नहीं होगा. अयोध्या में राम मंदिर बन गया, अगर आप हर जगह पे जो मस्जिद है उसको बदल बदल के मंदिर बनाएंगे तो कहीं ना कहीं 17 करोड़ जो मुसलमान हैं उस कम्युनिटी में रिएक्शन तो होगा.
देखिए राहुल जी, बरसों से हमारा संत समाज, हमारी विश्व हिंदू परिषद, मुसलमान नेताओं से ये निवेदन करते आए हैं, अयोध्या, काशी और मथुरा, ये हमारे 3 प्रमुख स्थान हैं जो हमारे सनातनियों की आस्था के सबसे बड़े प्रमुख केंद्र हैं. आप प्यार से, मोहब्बत से, राजी राजी से ये हमें दे दें तो अगला कोई विवाद शायद हम खड़ा नहीं करेंगे. मगर इन्होंने आज तक किसी बात को माना नहीं, और आज राम मंदिर बन गया है, प्रभु राम अयोध्या में आ गए हैं, और उसके बाद काशी की बात आ रही है. अभी आप ही बता रहे हैं कि एएसआई का सर्वे हुआ कोर्ट के आदेश पे. सर्वे के बाद जो रिपोर्ट आई वो दोनों पक्षों को दी गई. दोनों पक्षों की रिपोर्ट पब्लिक में जाहिर हुई, जिसमें लगभग 55 ऐसे वो साक्ष्य मिले जो चीख चीख के कह रहे हैं कि ये मस्जिद नहीं, ये मंदिर था, मंदिर था, मंदिर था. और उसके बाद अभी जो डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज ने हमें वहां पर पूजा करने का अधिकार दिया है, जो 93 में बाबरी ढांचा गिरने के बाद मुलायम सिंह ने मुसलमान समाज को खुश करने के लिए हमारी वो पूजा रखवाई थी, बिना किसी लिखित आर्डर के बर्बली वो पूजा चालू हो गई है. तो वहां तो सीधा सीधा प्रमाण है कि वहां पर प्रभु भोले बाबा का मंदिर था और मंदिर है. अगर आप आज भी जाकर के देखेंगे, जो नंदी है, नंदी का मुख हमेशा शिवलिंग की तरफ होता है. जो वहां पर नंदी विद्यमान है उनका मुख उधरी है जहां इन्होंने मस्जिद बना रखी है. और ये ना एएसआई को मानते, ना हाई कोर्ट को मानते, ना सुप्रीम कोर्ट को मानते, ना देश के कानून को मानते, तो किसको मानते हैं? ये दुनिया जानती है अयोध्या का बाबर ने तोड़ के बनाई थी, और ये हमारा काशी विश्वनाथ और हमारी कृष्ण जन्मभूमि औरंगजेब के ऑर्डर पर टूटी थी, ये सारी दुनिया को पता है. और तो और जो यहाँ कुतुब मीनार है, कुतुब मीनार के बाहर भी खुलेआम लिखा हुआ है 28 जैन और हिंदू मंदिरों को तोड़ करके उनके मलबे से बनाई गई. जामा मस्जिद के नीचे भी भोले बाबा का मंदिर है। तो इन्होंने 3 नहीं 30,000 ऐसे स्थान हैं
Okay.
जो हमारे मंदिरों को
Now,
छोड़ के इन्होंने मस्जिद
Atiqur Rahman,
और हमारा
Atiqur Rahman, here's what several of these sadhu sants are saying, that there are 3 complexes that are very important: Ayodhya, Kashi Vishwanath and Mathura. If this could be resolved amicably, then this battle ceases. In the manner in which Kashi Vishwanath is shaping up, it almost seems to be becoming an Ayodhya 2.0. There is a sense of inevitability about how events move from here. Do you think at some level there should be some conversation about whether Kashi and Mathura can be handed over amicably, and then this battle and this old historic debate just ends?
Rahul, I abhor the idea of basing my arguments entirely on religiosity, because the moment I do it, I am charged with ये देश शरिया से नहीं चलेगा, संविधान से चलेगा. So I will be primarily pointing 3 points. Then I will be answering your basic question. My point number 1, Rahul, is as a researcher on Islamic studies, whom should I believe? I have believed the Supreme Court on the Ayodhya matter, which made me realize that law is not the answer for correcting historical wrongs. Point number 2, the Home Minister of India, Mr.
I think you went on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Go on.
Yeah. Amit Shah ji said that आस्था के मामले पे Supreme Court को interfere नहीं करना चाहिए. And point 3, just 10 days back, on a lawsuit, the Supreme Court Chief Justice said that we will not be directing the government to do an X or a Y or a Z related to places of worship. Whom should I believe, Rahul? Now today you are calling us to say that amicably just solve it out. I would question Bhagwan Goyal ji that, sir, since 31 long years, where were you? You should have clubbed this matter with the Ayodhya thing. You should have challenged the 91 places of worship that on the day itself. You are late by 31 years, sir. This country needs, Rahul, a very, very amicable solution on so many grounds. And one of the important grounds is the unity among the people, mainly the 2 major communities. We are looking towards the government. Why is the government playing this shroud on the people of India by just holding the year from coming back, not straight away having a special session of the parliament and doing what it does entirely against one faith? This country, Rahul, is fast moving towards a theocratic
Okay, let Geeta Bhatt respond to this, that the Muslim community was applauded for responding with restraint when the Supreme Court order on the Ayodhya Ram temple came. Even the consecration happened very peacefully. If, however, you keep rubbing it in and keep stomping a majoritarian ethos, at some point in time there will be concerns that there will be a pushback, which is not good for the social fabric of our country. Geeta Bhatt.
Well, Rahul ji, I mean, I would like to tell Atiqur Rahman ji that it's better late than never. And this is a matter which, which really is not late. We have been, the Hindu side has been contesting it ever since there has been, the ban was put up by the Mulayam Singh Yadav government on doing the puja of Shringar Gauri. Now, the point here is that time and again, we have, there are 3 places which have always been said by the Hindu side that these are the most revered places for us. And, why is it that the problem has been that for decades altogether, in this nation, the temples have been governed by the governments, and the Waqf boards have been given the right that they can just at any time put finger on any piece of land and say that it is theirs. There has been Hajj subsidies which have been given for decades together. It is only the Supreme Court intervention that stopped. Otherwise, it was the government which was paying for, sending people for pilgrimage for Hajj. So you see, we need to realize that we together, the Muslim community, you have to become part of the mainstream of this, of this society. And for that, let us, we need to respect each other's, places of worship. And at the same time, we also need to realize that we cannot change history, but we need to accept what has happened in the history.
Okay. Now, Atiqur Rahman, here is the fact. Anybody who goes to the Gyanvyapi Mosque Complex and looks around, there are enough signages there, there are enough markings there to show that this at some point in time was a Hindu complex. The fact that Aurangzeb had this temple destroyed and had a mosque built over there, is not just in the ASI report, but is actually visible to the naked eye. And that is something, till that issue gets resolved, that will always be a problem which at some point in time is bound to come over and has to be dealt with.
Rahul, my questions are not answered. I am not talking of religiosity. I am talking of constitutionalism. Be it as it may. But Geeta ji should tell us that what exactly, if the Astha problem is there, then why they failed to club it all together? Why were they silent all these years? The parliament was in their hands, the Hindutvawadi government was there, and every time and again all the BJP leaders, they have vowed to be Hindu Hriday Samrat. I am just basing my argument that the two major communities cannot be engaged in this cycle of animosity. The government's primary responsibility is towards the nation, and being a very, very responsible government, they should sort out problems. Even in the nip of the bud, this should have sorted out.
जय भगवान गोयल, जब अयोध्या में सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला आया, उस वक्त पे आरएसएस ने खुद कहा कि ठीक है, अब पुराने जख्म को रेदने का वक्त नहीं है, अब आगे बढ़ने की जरूरत है, देश को एक करने की जरूरत है। वारिस पठान कह रहे हैं, अतीकुर रहमान कह रहे हैं कि अगर इस तरीके से पुराने फसादों को नया किया जाए और दोनों कम्युनिटीज के बीच में द्वेष पैदा किया जाए, तो ये तो कभी ना खत्म होने वाला सिलसिला है, ये तो चलता रहेगा। देश ऐसे, जिस हम अमृत काल की बात करते हैं, विकसित भारत की बात करते हैं, अगर 17 करोड़ लोग इनसिक्योर हो जाएं तो वो कैसे हो पाएगा?
देखिए, आज जो 17 करोड़ लोग हैं, वो जब पाकिस्तान हिंदुस्तान बना था, उस वक्त मुसलमानों की आबादी हमारे देश में मुश्किल से 8% थी, जो आज लगभग 15% हो गई है। ये जो 80% देश का हिंदू समाज है, उसने इन सबको गले से लगाया है, यहाँ रखा है। सरकारों ने सारी सुविधा दी है। आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट की बात कर रहे हैं, शाहबानो प्रकरण में सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला इन्होंने राजीव गांधी के ऊपर दबाव डाल के बदलवा दिया था, क्योंकि शाहबानो के मामले में वो मामला इनके खिलाफ था। ठीक है, रही बात भाईचारे की, हम तो अब भी कह रहे हैं, आज भी देश का हिंदू समाज लड़के नहीं ले रहा कुछ। राम जन्मभूमि का मामला आया, कोर्ट से हुआ, कितने साल कोर्ट में लग गए। यहां पर काशी विश्वनाथ का मैटर भी कोर्ट के माध्यम से हो रहा है। काशी में भी हम कोर्ट में लड़ रहे हैं, हम कोई सीधी बाहर नहीं लड़ रहे, संवैधानिक तरीके से कोर्ट में जाकर के अपना पक्ष रख रहे हैं। ये अपना पक्ष रख रहे हैं, इनके पास कुछ है ही नहीं, और हमारे पास सारे साक्ष्य हैं जो मुंह से बोल रहे हैं, बार बार बोल रहे हैं कि देखो यहाँ मंदिर है, यहाँ मंदिर था, यहाँ मंदिर था, तो वहां तो मस्जिद का साक्ष्य मिले नहीं कोई। फिर भी हमारा संत समाज, हमारा विश्व हिंदू परिषद, हमारे संघ के लोग, आज भी अगर मुस्लिम समाज के लोग देश में शांति और भाईचारा, भारत को विकसित भारत बनाने में और भारत को विश्व गुरु बनाने में अपना सहयोग देना चाहते हैं, तो जितने भी मुस्लिम लीडर हैं, मुल्ला मौलवी हैं, वो बैठे, हमारे संतों के साथ बैठे, विश्व हिंदू परिषद के लोगों के साथ बैठे, आरएसएस के साथ बैठे। हमारे तो मोहन भागवत जी ने इतनी तक बात कही थी कि जितने भी देश में रहने वाले लोग हैं, सबका डीएनए एक है। जब वो इतनी बड़ी बात को मान रहे हैं, इन सबका हमारा डीएनए एक है, क्योंकि उस वक्त जो मुगल क्रांति है, उन्होंने तलवार के बल पे हमारे लोगों को
Waris Pathan, respond to this assertion that the Hindu side, to be fair to them, isn't doing anything on their own. They are going by the court's orders. Even in Ayodhya and in the Kashi Vishwanath case, everything that's happened has happened on the back of a court ruling. It's not as if they've gone and broken the law themselves.
वेल आई विल रिप्लाई टू हिम। देखिए महाराज जी, मैं आपकी बातों को सुना, आपने अच्छी बातें करी कि हमने सबको गले लगाया, हम भाईचारा चाहते हैं, हम सेकुलरिज्म प्लुरलिज्म को मानते हैं, बहुत अच्छी बात है, हम भी चाहते हैं देश में अमन शांति बने रहे, भाईचारा बना रहे, सब एक दूसरे के साथ मिलकर एक दूसरे के त्यौहार बनाए सब। तो आपको भी दिल बड़ा करना चाहिए ना, खाली हम ही करते रहे। आप तो इतनी माशाल्लाह 80% हो आप लोग तो पूरे देश के अंदर, तो आप हमारे हिंदू भाई लोग क्यों आगे आके नहीं बोल देते, क्यों बड़ा दिल नहीं दिखा देते, बोलते कि ठीक है भाई हमने एक मर्तबा आपकी बाबरी मस्जिद को तो शहीद कर दिया, वो तो हमने आपसे छीन ली, चलिए हम अभी आपकी कोई मस्जिदों को हाथ नहीं लगाएंगे, किसी चीज को नहीं करेंगे। अरे इतने सारी जमीन जायदाद पड़ी है पूरे देश के अंदर, कहीं भी आप अपना मंदिर बना सकते हैं, जाकर बनाइए, हम भी आपका समर्थन करेंगे। तो आप अपना बड़ा क्यों दिल नहीं दिखाते, चलिए बताइए। अरे हम तो पहले भी बोल रहे हैं कि हमारा भी जो पहले सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला आया था,
बड़ा दिल दिखाते हैं,
वो भी आस्था की बुनियाद के ऊपर
बड़ा दिल दिखाते हैं,
आस्था की बात,
बड़ा दिल दिखाते हैं,
दिखाइए, आप गले लगाइए,
तैयार है,
आप बड़ा
हम दिखाते हैं ना जी, हम 30,000 छोड़
दीजिए। अरे बाबरी
30,000 मंदिरों को तोड़ के मस्जिदें बनी है पूरे देश में,
महाराज जी आपने बाबरी ले लिया,
सिर्फ 3 की बात कर रहे हैं।
बाबरी महाराज जी ने उस वक्त क्या बात हुआ था के टाइम पे कि आप इसके आगे कुछ नहीं, बाबरी के बाद आया था कुछ नहीं लेंगे, फिर अभी आप क्यों लेने की बात करते हो, क्यों सर्वे कराना चाहते हो, क्यों मस्जिद के अंदर फिर से मूर्ति रख के
बाबरी के समय से ही हमारे विश्व हिंदू परिषद के नेता माननीय अशोक सिंघल जी
आप भी दिल बड़ा कर दो, आप भी दिल बड़ा कर दो,
दे दो, आज भी हम वही बात कर रहे हैं।
Okay, this is a never-ending battle. You know, both sides sticking to their positions. The court at this moment allowing for the puja to take place. It will be interesting to see what the Supreme Court says in this matter. That's where the Ulema-e-Hind wants to go next. We'll track the story very closely.